Hi, I am Satyam, and today we are going to discuss about function. So imagine you are going to a vending machine and you have select some item and put the price of that item and press the button for the output and you got that specific things. Let's suppose you are select an item coffee. So the vending machine is not rebuilding the coffee again and again for everyone. Okay, it has a fixed recipe to give everyone. That's the exact things the function do in programming. Okay, so let's see what we are doing in this video for. So next slide. Okay. So why function? The anatomy, the logic behind the function, and the modern syntax. So why function? So let's take an example. You are running a shop. Okay. So in that shop, you are calculating the price for all the clothes like set, pants, and t-shirt, everything. Okay. So for everything, you are calculating manually. You are write the every line for set, for pant, for t-shirt, and jeans, everything. Okay. So for writing these things for a multiple people, for 100 of people, you are writing the same thing for 500 times. Okay. So it's make you messy. And even if you um, miss the calculation or wrong the calculation for a single places, so in that case you will revisit and see the all the things. Okay, so for doing all those things, if you make a kind of block, and that block where you write the different logic for all those things and just call that block and the things is happen similarly as calculator. Okay, so in this way you will use use that box whenever you want to need, right? So let's take it on VS Code, how we are doing this. Okay, so open VS Code. Okay, so imagine you are doing this thing. Okay, so you have a certain kind of price for the set and for the jeans, and you are writing again and again. Okay, this thing. So uh, in a daily time in your shop, there is a thousands of people come and you're writing, calculating the same thing again and again. What if these things is warp up in a block, in a box, and you just call this box and the things is happen, same as calculator. So in this case, you make a function. Okay. So you make a function and this is the function is this. And by this, you just call the shop and the quantity what you need. Okay, and these things help in your function, help in your the learning the concept of function. Okay, so 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 this is the function. So this is the analog of function. Similarly, you calculate a number and sum. Okay, for every time you just writing the same things, and if you make a mistake, you just checking the every line of code. Here, this is the only phone line of code. Imagine you have 1,000 or 100 line of code and you see the every time. This make you messy and it's consume you a lot of time. That's why you make a function. So the logic, write the logic once means write the logic once and reuse this block again and again whenever you want to need it. Okay, so this is the basic definition of function. So the function is a block of code. Function is a reusable block of code that perform a specific tasks. Okay, so specific tasks means whenever you need to do some specific kind of work, like in vending machine, you want a coffee or any other item. In a shop, you calculate the price of set or jeans or any other things. So it's take the insert memory money plus snacks. This is the example of vending machine. you put some money and select the snacks, and it's the input, and the input is called parameters. Okay, so parameter is like you are giving something specific things which you want. Okay, so the machine process internally, like in function body. In that block, it is it 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 write the logic, what you need. Okay, and the snacks is come out, the output, and this is the written value. This is the written value in a function. Okay, so if you seen in the VS Code, so let's take the vending machine kind of things. Okay, so you are making a vending machine. Okay, so this is the vending machine, and let's take, like, take the item. Okay, so this item, you take the candy as an input, and you take the money, 5 rupees. Okay, so this is the menu card. Okay, so when you select the candy and it's have the money, and let's suppose 5 rupees. Okay, so it's check whether the money, whether the item is present or not in that vending machine. If it's present, then it's check the rupee. This is the internal logic. This is the logic, and you write it's your own ways, whatever you want to need. And this is the basic thing. This is the uh, block or function body. Okay, so this is the logic part, and this is the function keyword in JavaScript, and this is the name of that function. This, the vending machine, is the name. You can write when you like a coffee machine. So you take the coffee machine, and for coffee machine you can write your own things, own logic, and this is the written value output for everything. Okay, so let's take in slide. So the anatomy of function. What are the things in the function? This is the function name. What are the function? Keyword. I am building a machine. I am building that thing, anything. And this is the vending machine, is the name of that function. Name of that function. It is not like every time you write a vending machine. No. For a specific kind of work, you can choose your own name, like coffee machine, detergent machine, or anything. Okay. And these are the parameters, snacks, and money. It doesn't mean it is a kind of slot. It's maybe empty, or writing as much as parameter you want. Coffee machine, like snacks, money, and how many items you want. So the third parameter is quantity. Okay, and the return time is what the outputs come out. This is the return value, and this is the anatomy of the function. Okay, so let's take the code. So this is the code. If you run and find out, the things come out. Okay, so this is the function and the function name, and you uh, select the item is candy, and select the price in it, and you just run and you come out. Okay, so this is the logic part, and this is written by you, and you found the specific feature in your machine. Okay, so let's go to the slide and take the next things. So the overall meaning of the function is write once, use endlessly. Okay, like for chips, Coke, and chocolate, you just write a vending machine function, and you can choose anything you want. It's not a right rebuilding again and again the same recipe for every uh, kind of work. It have written already in the internal. It just reuse it again and again. Okay, so this is the things. There are the function can make a decision too. Okay, this is the logic. This is the logic, and here you select give the snacks only if the money is greater than 20 rupees. Okay, so it's take decision too. It's not only the money is taking. You can put the snacks is the item like coffee and candy, tea. In that case, you only saw. Otherwise, you not saw. Okay. So the block is make a decision too. Okay. And if the insufficient money, it's so the enough of memory according to that decision. Okay. So things the in starting the beginners make mistake like they forgot to the written value means in means in a simple cases uh, you are making a blocks and you are not making the output box, so where the comes things come out. Okay, so the written is kind of output box. In the output box it's the things which we want is come out. So written it that the output box. Okay. If you are not mention the output box, so it's take the undefined means it is not here. Okay. And and so in the modern ways, in modern days, so the vending machine or the function is writing a different or shorter ways. So So the sorted function is called arrow function or lambda function. In the one line function, like you just write the const and the vending machine, the snacks, and in a one line, in a sorted way. Okay. So this is the modern syntax of the writing of the function. Okay. So if you take the uses of the function where you use and when you think the function, everything is function. So in any programming language or any framework or anywhere, okay, let's take an example of the function in callback. So in callback, it's a function take an another function. So it is also function array method, map, filter, and reduce is all just a function, and it just manipulate the array. Okay, event handler. Even when you're writing the code of React or Node.js backend or any other framework, in that block, every time you just write a function, every kind of work you just write a function and you just write your own logic, either in authentication or either in to-do list. Every time you just write a function, so that much important is function it is. And function is nothing, just you write your own logic, your kind of code, so which you wants to use in a future or in a thousand of kind of things. Okay, so let's recap. So the function is reusable block. It take some input in parameters and it's have a logic box. Logic. In its logic, you write your own logic, what you want, and everything you have a written type, written output, what you want. So function is nothing but it's an input, process, and output. Okay. So now it's your turn. Let's make a coffee machine. So in a coffee machine, what do you want? What type of coffee? What type of machine? And what is the price of that coffee? And here you write your own recipe for the coffee or your own price, everything filter out the things. Even you mention and other parameters, how many coffee you want, quantity. And this is the all the things. So this is the overview of the function. Okay. So thank you.